Okay, we're back. Welcome back to Troll of Rue, the search for a digging wand, apparently. Um, as you recall, I need a digging wand if I want to take out TRJ safely. And we don't have one. So I've decided we're going to just head into the crypts. Um, we'll just... Alright, this is the one where a bunch of zombies will pop out at me as soon as I open this door. So let's open it up and then pog back. And then we'll fight this stuff. Gonna have to eat some death curses here. Hopefully nothing too bad. Just some shadows, no big deal. Very good. Easy enough. We should be able to pog away from just about anything in here. Like all this stuff. This is way too much stuff to fight at once, even if none of it is particularly scary. That doesn't mean that we want to fight it all at once. Will Yara's haste off this dude? Unfortunately, we're gonna have some food problems probably. Hopefully, we get a nice healthy pile of necromancers, deep elf death mages, you know, all the good stuff that leaves corpses that we can actually eat. Not ghouls. But there's a decent amount of food left, obviously. There's a ton, actually. I think I may have complained that Orc had 2 food shops, but who knows, maybe I'll end up being happy for that. Oops, I should have been in stat form. That's okay. I really want to do 15 runes on this character. The food situation might stop me. We'll see. I'm tempted to do 15 runes mostly because people... I think people, for one thing, I think they like 15 rune runs more. Wow, let's, what was that? You feel slightly distorted. Is that what that said? Or you feel slightly disoriented. And maybe that was... I'm trying to figure out, it says you feel slightly disoriented when I miscast, and I know that transmutation miscasts absolutely can mutate you, but I think that was just a fluff message. Yeah, I guess it was, anyway. Anyway, we walked into a Zot trap. My favorite thing. Not really. But yeah, I do think people enjoy 15 rune runs. I don't think they're particularly fun, for me, but... I think they're a bit tedious, I should say that. I mean, it's nice to have the 15 rune win under your belt or whatever, but... It's just kind of unnecessary is what I'm saying. I've seen some people where they haven't even gotten a win yet, and they want to do 15 runes, but I mean the truth is the meat of the game is your basic 3, 4, or 5 rune game. The rest of it is, well, it's called extended for a reason. It's the extended game. You're getting a few different kinds of challenges out of it, but I mean if you haven't even won yet, I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, I'm somebody who has won a lot of 15 rune games, But all things considered, if I just wanted to play for win rate, which I do, for the most part, then I would probably stick to 3 or 4 rune games. Probably 4 in most cases. And it's not necessarily because I think I'm going to die in a 15 rune game, it's just so long and rather tedious, and you run into some weird problems sometimes, like on this character. I may end up with a food problem, which is a little odd. I don't think I will. Like I was saying, there's quite a lot of food, but then again, I have berserkitis, and I'm a troll, so my metabolism is crazy fast. Not to forget that I am casting stat form, which sucks up a massive pile of hunger from me. Which there's not a lot we can do about. I guess we could look for a staff of energy, but no such luck, at least not yet. And having to swap off this shield would be pretty obnoxious. Speaking of which, we're at 15 shields now, so let's stop training that. And we'll just train fighting, unarmed combat, and dodging. We'll probably stick to that until they're maxed. We've pretty much got everything we would ever want. So why are we in Crypts? Why did I decide to go Crypts? Well, it's kind of like some free experience. I don't want to say free because there are things in here that would hassle me significantly. Cursed Skulls would not be super easy for this character to deal with. Ancient Liches would scare me. But in general, it'll be pretty easy to go through this place. We've already got 1 floor down, taking out this entranceway. And the 2nd floor. Not that big of a deal. Let's fight the Jiangshi by himself. Oh, a lot of zombies, they're not going to follow me. But the bog body will. But yeah, the reason I'm in here is just free loot, free experience. It's the least deadly place, and in general, my decision making is usually going to point me towards the place where I'm least likely to die. Oh, hey, hello. 2 scrolls of acquirement. Now, as silly as it is with this giant pile of food, I'm actually tempted to acquire food just so that won't be a problem. But that's dumb. Let's do this instead. Let's go ahead and acquire. We're not going to do armor, I don't think. Well, maybe. Yeah, I think we are going to do armor because it won't... I think it's unlikely to give us a dragon armor, which we don't want. It's unlikely to give us a dragon armor because I don't have any armor training. So I think it'll give me a hat, a cloak, or a shield, or possibly a robe, I guess. And we have 2, so we have 2 chances. Yeah, I think that's the move. So let's go armor. Oh, right. Well, before we find out what's behind door number 1, I need to drop some stuff. Wow, nothing pops out at me here. I guess I'll just drop this Ring of Slaying. As good as it is, it's just not in the cards to use. Oh, hey, a unique scarf. RC plus. Yeah, I'll lose 3. I'll lose 3 for that. That gives me, in combination with my mutation, that gives me RC plus, despite having RC minus naturally. That's pretty cool. That means I can wear my Ring of Fire in situations where I otherwise wouldn't. That's completely worth it. Let's try again. Armor. Oh, I like it. A unique shield. Maybe some resistances. Okay, well that's... it's not quite what I wanted. I guess that takes away some hunger from stat form with the +6 intelligence, but I mean it makes a lot of things more castable, I suppose. I mean, I guess I'll hang on to that. It's not terrible until I enchant up my large shield of protection. It might be superior. I don't really need the intelligence though. Nah, I'm gonna wear the large shield of protection. Nice try, acquirement. But hey, the scarf is a good find. Kinda wish it was RC plus, RF plus. I mean this is kind of a goofy... I feel like this is almost a bug. Like why is there a scarf with just one? Because there's a mundane scarf that's the scarf of temperatures or whatever, that's RC plus, RF plus. So I just got an artifact item that is... it has less stuff than the mundane ones do sometimes. Which, I mean, I understand you're gonna get crappy Randarts sometimes. That's not what I'm kind of doing a double take on. What I'm doing a double take on is like it has less things on it. Or just like one thing. I mean, it's certainly possible though. It's not like... it's probably not as abnormal as I'm making it out to be. It's just I don't see that very often. Hopefully this dude leaves a corpse for us. Hey, 3 chunks. We're a hungry, hungry troll. Okay, we are slow right now. I really shouldn't be fighting through it though, but it's run out, so we're fine. Let's blink. And let's Yara's. Refresh stat form. Blink again, Yara's. Oh man, I don't want to fight this thing. Oh, we're out of mana. That's what I get for trying to be a caster as a troll. Let's just use the flames here. That's pretty solid. And I think I'm gonna want to acid these dudes. And oh well, I've got the mutation that steals mana when I use spells, so let's just penetrate. The way is clear for a rock. And we'll just throw rocks until that guy's dead. Not so bad. Used a bunch of resources that I don't mind using in that fight. So everything's fine. I do think it's funny how I found 2 acquirements at the same time. Hey, another haste potion, always welcome. Really handy stuff. Wow, my food clock. Let's be a statue so we can't be flayed. I've got ghosts set to like super stop my scrolling. So you'll see that whenever anything with ghost in the name is around. Looks like we got this Reaper, I should focus on him. The one downside of Crypt, no food. And it's not like we can swap off Rue for an endless supply of food from Kiku or anything. I mean, we could, but do I want to eat all those sacrifices for nothing? No, because that's the downside to Rue is you can't work off his punishment. His punishment is just you permanently have your sacrifices. Have fun. Let's go. We're going to take a little trip to Orc. And we're going to get some more bread. Okay, good. I can get some food here. Okay, well this is a little obnoxious. I guess I'll go staff form. Okay, wow, quite a lot of stuff here. Let's... Well, I was planning on power leaping and then going upstairs, but I guess we killed the demonologist that summoned the particularly nasty stuff, so... That's fine. Let's eat some elves. That's one chunk, that's 3 more chunks, a couple more chunks. Cool. More chunks. So it's pretty easy to stock up on food. It's just that it goes away just as fast. So normally I'm pretty cool about... I'm pretty okay with just leaving items all over the place. But now I'm a little reticent. Because me walking around the dungeon actually matters with a troll food clock. Just trying to plan for the future here. Oh man, these items. I really need to get rid of something. Well, much as I don't want to, whatever, I'm gonna go to lair. This is a good midpoint in the dungeon. I'm gonna drop the meat. I'm gonna drop the fruits, actually. We'll leave the meat. Okay, hopefully this guy leaves a corpse. Yes, he did. Very good. Okay, now Crypts is done except for the 3rd and final floor. Okay, we've got kind of an interesting layout. There's going to be a little castle here on the water, if this is the one I'm thinking of. If I had flying, permanent flight, I could just float around and go into a couple other entrances, but I don't feel like using a flying potion to do that. Unfortunately, all the exits are... Well, all the staircases out are right here, so getting in and out of this place is not going to be the easiest. Teleporting is not the best idea because there's a lot of little hidey holes with lots of dudes. But that's okay. Let's put up Confusing Touch. I'm just curious what the chance was. 13% on a bone dragon, apparently. But, you know, you just keep getting to try and you eventually confuse them. It's pretty cool stuff. If I was fighting things that I was more worried about, I would be using Confusing Touch more often. Confusing Touch is amazing. Really, really good. No particularly good reason not to use it if you're playing an unarmed character. Certainly is optimal in most cases. I just wish that it worked slightly differently so that you didn't have to cast it before every single fight, because that leads to me not casting it. Hello. Here's our first curse skull. However, we do have a hatch nearby. So I think we're going to pog. We're going to stat form, and we're going to try to fight this guy. Alright, that's fine. We one-shot him with a cool 4 exclamation point hit. So, I mean, that's fine by me. Okay, Malign Gateway's here. Oddly enough, it's actually 99%, which is on account of my 2 whiz, one from the mutation and one from the ring, but still, that's kind of crazy that I can cast Malign Gateway probably with like a little bit more training and oh, whoa, what am I doing? Let's kill that vampire. Wow, I was on autopilot. I was on autopilot there, not really paying attention, and I'm just trying to melee 3 Jiangxis with no stat form. It's kind of silly. It's not like I could have died there. I had plenty of hit points, but still not the right way to go about things, you know? Too busy thinking about Malign Gateway, I think. Alright, there should be a... I think this is going to be an Ancient Lich in here. Maybe not. Let's pound our way through this stuff. Huh, I guess no Ancient Lich. I don't know why I thought there was going to be one. Keep enchanting up our large shield. I like to see all this gold. Certainly won't have trouble paying for food if I want it. Maybe the Ancient Lich is up here. The ever-present manual of slings. I feel like 80% of the time I find a manual, it's a manual of slings. I think that's maybe like a bad joke on the part of the devs. I haven't looked this up. Don't get me wrong. My assumption is that as a joke, it's my assumption is that as a joke, it's set up to give you manual slings more often. Alright, so this is a problem. I have my shield on. I can no longer swap on my glaive quickly to give myself MR. This dude could paralyze me. That's not good. There's actually not a lot I can do to guarantee that won't happen. Really, really bad. I think the best thing to do here is to just swing. It was just a regular Lich. Okay. There's usually at least one Ancient Lich in here. And that's what I'm really concerned about, because my MR is just not big enough to handle it. It might behoove me to take off this shield if I see another vault that I recognize with a Lich in it. Oh no. Berserked. That sucks. That berserkitis is no joke. I see some lava here. That tells me this is probably fire-themed. I think maybe there might be some Hell Knights coming up. I'm going to speculatively pop on my Ring of Fire. Looks like just a bunch of skeletons for now. I definitely remember that I've definitely seen Hell Knights in here. Okay, well I guess I'll pop Wiz back on, that's fine. Okay. Oh man. All this stuff that can slow you in here really is a drag. Slows you down, not just as the stat effect, but it like literally slows you down, slows down your play. At least it should. Here's our Ancient Lich. You know, this confuses me a bit. The regular Lich, his spell power is enough that there's a 2% chance that he can paralyze, petrify, whatever. The Ancient Lich, in this situation, for some reason... I mean, I don't get it. Now it's 0%. Oh, I know what's going on. My robe. Okay, yeah. The robe merges off when I'm in stat form, so we just won't fight these guys in stat form. That's cool. So we'll set up Passage. I don't think Confusing Touch works, but maybe. I'll set up Shroud. I'll set up Confusing Touch just to see if it works. Yeah, 0%. That's fine. And we'll just swing on this dude. He can't paralyze us. I'm glad that I didn't go into stat form because this is indeed the Paralysis Lich. And we'll just see what happens here. Oh, cool, he's slowed. Don't get me wrong, I'd like to be in staff form. He's got, oh man, now he's hasted. He could lightning bolt us twice in a row. We'll Yaris him. Pog. Orb of Destruction dissipates, fine. I guess we'll just throw some rocks and try to kill him that way. Oh, wow. Okay, this is fine. He's paralyzed, so we'll just kill him with rock. Oh, nope, there's another one. We're just gonna reset this fight. Goodbye. Fine by me. Oh, wait, that's not the way out. Well, I hope they don't show up. Alright, good. Cool. Alright, fight is reset. Let's go ahead and try to rock him to death. He doesn't want to die. I'm going to use a net. Let him cast on me, I don't care. Let him lightning bolt me, I don't care. I'm going to do a ton of damage to him while he's netted. So a lot of the problem is that, you know, I could miss, but when he's in the net, I'm probably not going to miss. And his AC I don't really care about because, well, obviously I do a ton of damage. We'll power leap to finish this dude. Don't have to... Yes, that's one of the reasons, I'm sure I've said this before, but I love power leap. Oh no. That's a really bad time for Berserkitis to kick in. Oh man. Okay, we're just going to try to finish him off. Oh no, he's got... Okay, that's cool, he's paralyzed, cool. That could have been really bad. That's one of the reasons I hate Berserkitis. Because it's like, what are you going to do when it kicks in at the absolute worst time? But Rue came through for us. Speaking of Rue, yeah, I was trying to say Power Leap is great for shaving off that last little bit of unreliability when it comes to melee. I'm gonna drop this wand of acid, pick up the Phantom Mirror, see if there are any others we missed. No. Identify the sword. Nothing too great. I'm gonna go ahead and drop this glaive. Yeah, I really probably should have used this. This would have been fine if I had just taken off my shield. But at the same time, it's just sort of a problem with the large shield. I don't want to have to trade off on those. But anti-magic is excellent versus liches. I mean, obviously. Manual of Summonings. This game really wants me to pick up that Malign Gateway. Any spells I'm not using at all? I mean, yeah, Control Undead. If I do 15 runes and I get Malign online, that would make this character incredible. It would be kind of silly, considering I'm a troll. Like, that's magic that's generally beyond what a troll gets. Ever. Oh, wait, did we already... I guess we didn't quite finish this out, but I'll come back in a second to finish this. I just want to read Amnesia on Teleport Other. Yeah, only 3 spell levels. Yeah, I'll get a little more spell casting, and I'll memorize Malign, just, you know, speculatively. Couldn't hurt, you know. Okay, that's Crypts. Pretty Uninteresting crypts, nothing too crazy happened. But that's the way we like it, right? Not dying to something stupid. So we got a few options on this TRJ situation now. I'm really tempted to just duke it out with him. Obviously I'm going to stop the video because that was just Crypts, and I'll do Crypts by itself, but when it comes to when it comes down to taking out TRJ, I think I'll be able to stair dance him. So let's just head into lair. We'll eat some of these fruits. Wait, am I full up on items? No, I'm not. I'll grab a meat ration. Actually, no, I want something that's in the lair. I'll grab these fruits, which I'm right on top of. And I'll also grab the fruits here. Just because I'm going into slime. Okay, I need a ton of fruits, more than I probably should have, and drop them. Alright, so that'll be the video. Next time I'll go back into slime, and ideally we're going to kill TRJ right then and there. I have some ideas on how I'm going to do that, but kind of have to wait and see. I think I'm probably... Here's the cool thing. Actually, I can drop... I don't need Ice Dragon Scales anymore because I'm actually RC Plus without all that. That's pretty cool. So I can be staff form. Alright, I've got some ideas. I'll see if I can't figure it out. So next video, TRJ.